Hey, remember when Trump talked about buying Greenland? Everyone just laughed it off, right? People were like, real estate junkie, another show. Who cares about some frozen island? But you know what? From that moment, I thought differently about it all. I was like, oh, this guy's actually looking at a map when he says this. This isn't just some random tweet. This is geography talking. Know what I mean? So here's the thing. This didn't just pop up yesterday or last week. This is a 7-year obsession. Not a joke, not a phase. 7 full years. Let me walk you through it. 2019. I want to buy Greenland. Boom. Diplomatic chaos. Denmark was pissed. World leaders were confused. Media went absolutely nuts about it, remember? Then 2020 hits. He goes quiet about it, but does he give up? Hell no. Instead, what does he do? Economic support for Greenland reopens the U.S. consulate there. You see the pattern? When someone stops talking but keeps acting, that's when it's real. Fast forward to 2026. White House statement. Greenland is a national security issue. Can you believe that? They're now talking purchase, agreements, even military options. This is official policy now, my friend. If this was just a joke, would it last 7 years? Would it become official policy? This isn't one man's eccentric hobby. This is national strategy. Can you feel the difference? Now, here's what most people say when they try to explain this whole thing. It's about China and Russia. It's the early warning missile base. Rare earth minerals. You've heard all this, right? I mean, it's all over the news. And you know what? They're all correct. Every single one of those points is true. But here's the thing. Those answers tell you why there, not why now. See the difference? Location versus timing. Geography versus urgency. Make sense? It's like saying a house is valuable because it's big. True, but that's not the whole story. So here's what I think is actually happening. The real core of this whole thing. It's about the Arctic routes. And more specifically, it's about which direction matters most. The Arctic is opening up, right? Ice is melting. Routes are becoming real, not theoretical. And America is looking specifically at the Atlantic side. Not just any side, the Atlantic. Now, why would that matter? Hold that thought. Let me show you something first. Most people think the Arctic route is just one single path through the ice. Like there's one way through, like some frozen highway up north, you know? But here's the twist. There are actually 3 completely different routes up there. 3 separate doors into the Arctic. 3 different games. 3 different players controlling them. First one, Northern Sea Route NSR. That's the Russian side along their northern coast. Second, Northwest Passage NWP. Canadian side through their Arctic islands. Remember this one. Third, Transpolar Sea Route TSR. Straight through the middle. Still future tech, basically. Now here's what's crucial. Doors are all about who's standing there first. It's like a building lobby. Whoever controls the entrance controls who gets in and out. So let's talk about the Northwest Passage. This is where things get really interesting. The NWP isn't just a route. It's a conflict zone that hasn't been resolved yet. Canada says this is our internal waters, our territory, our rules. Pretty straightforward, right? But America says, no, 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 this is an international strait, open to everyone. You see the problem? 2 completely opposite legal positions, both claiming they're right, both serious. This fight isn't over. It's just waiting for the ice to melt completely. And the more the Arctic opens up, the bigger this dispute becomes. You following me? And this is exactly where Greenland comes back into the picture. Right here. Let me paint you a mental map. Close your eyes if you need to. Pacific side entrance to the Arctic. That's Alaska. America's got that covered already. Atlantic side entrance to the Arctic. That's Greenland. See where I'm going with this? America already controls the western door. They've had Alaska forever. That's locked down. So what do they need now? The eastern door. The Atlantic gateway? Think of it like a house with 2 entrances. You need security at both doors, not just one. Here's what people don't get about Greenland. It's not about the land itself. Greenland is not a place. It's a position, a strategic position on the map. It's the first gateway from the North Atlantic into the Arctic, the first checkpoint. Surveillance, bases, rescue operations, communications, all of that flows through there. But more than that, it's where the rules get written, where precedents get set. Think about it. Whoever controls the gate controls who comes in and out. When the Arctic routes truly open, Greenland isn't a frozen island anymore. You see it now? It becomes the gate control tower, the strategic hub, the command center of Arctic access. You want to know how important controlling routes really is? Let me show you history. When the Suez Canal gets blocked, the entire world economy literally stops moving. Remember that? When the Panama Canal faces drought, global logistics flips completely upside down. It's chaos. Those aren't just canals. They're economic arteries. Control them, control trade. Simple as that. Now, Arctic routes aren't Suez yet. Not even close. Ice still dominates most of the year. But here's the thing. It's the only major new route possibility on Earth. There are no other options, no other shortcuts being created. This is it. It's like watching a new highway being built while everyone still uses the old roads. The question is, who gets the toll booths? Who sets the speed limits? Who writes the traffic rules? So this is how I see the whole thing. My honest take on what's happening. Trump's obsession with Greenland isn't about ice, minerals, or military bases alone. Those are bonuses. It's about securing the Atlantic gateway to the Arctic routes before anyone else does. It's about positioning, about being there first when the door fully opens. This strategy covers four massive things at once: military presence, economic leverage, rule-making power, and dominance. All of these layers intersect at one single point on the map. Can you guess where? Greenland, that frozen island everyone thought was irrelevant. That's the intersection point. That's the prize. Look, this isn't a story about ice. It never was. Ice is just the setting. This is a story about the future of global routes, about tomorrow's highways on water. When the Arctic fully opens, when it will, eventually, somebody will be standing there. They'll be standing at the gate, monitoring, regulating, controlling access, deciding terms. So here's my question to you. When that moment comes, who do you think it'll be? China's building icebreakers. Russia's developing ports. America's talking about buying Greenland. Everyone's moving. And when someone tries to grab that gate first, can we really just call it greed? Or is it strategy? Is it foresight? Is it just playing the game before the whistle blows? I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying it's deliberate. 7 years of consistency. That's not impulse. That's not a whim. That's a plan. Today, Greenland looks like frozen wasteland to most people. Just ice and snow and emptiness. Tomorrow, it might be the most valuable strategic position in the Northern Hemisphere. Who knows? Climate doesn't care about politics. Ice will keep melting. Routes will keep opening. That's just physics. And when those routes are fully operational, the world map changes. Trade patterns shift entirely. Countries that position themselves now will write the rules later. That's how it always works. Think about every major trade route in history. Suez, Panama, Malacca Strait, Strait of Hormuz. Whoever controlled them didn't just make money. They shaped geopolitics for generations. Real power. So when Trump keeps bringing up Greenland, maybe he's not crazy. Maybe he's just early. History will tell us if he was right or wrong. But one thing's for sure. This conversation isn't going away. The ice keeps melting, the stakes keep rising. Every country with Arctic interests is watching, planning, positioning their pieces on the board. Greenland's caught in the middle. 21st century's most valuable real estate that nobody saw coming. So next time you hear Trump wants Greenland, don't laugh. Ask yourself why instead. Think about gates. Think about routes. Think about who's positioning where on the map. Because this story isn't ending anytime soon. It's just getting started, my friend. And that's today's story. Thanks for listening. Think about it.